Welcome to a New Human Podcast. This show is a place where we find out who we truly are and what we strive to be. Listen as we unravel current history and make our way to a new beginning. I am your host, Justin Klein. This is Justin Klein, my beautiful wife sitting next to me here.
Hello.
Hello, Chelsea. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Well, I'm Chelsi, Justin's wife.
New Human Podcast about our beginning, our story, kind of currently where we're at. And then we, at the end, unravel the future, like big plans, what you plan on doing, goals you have, maybe a new human you're trying to become, so forth. So let's start where you grew up and go from there.
Okay, well, I'm from a small town in Iowa called Washington. I was born from Ed and Deb Fritz, and I was raised with two siblings, two brothers at the time as my childhood started. And I had a pretty normal
Quote,
childhood,
yeah,
like
you had a
I
good
actually
childhood.
had two parents that were madly in love with each other. I mean,
Right,
they had their ups and downs, but in today's world, you don't find that a lot. And there's a lot of divorce. And they were married for 46 years and loved each other every step of the way.
right,
And so I got to enjoy that as a child. We didn't have much. My parents worked paycheck to paycheck. They would write a check out and hope it went through, and, it was one of those life, but I didn't know that growing up because they were so present.
hmm,
My dad coached my games and my ball game or ball, and mom was just, like, always there, playing games with us, playing outside, just very present parents. So I was really, really lucky in my childhood to, grow up that way.
right.
Yeah, and then, I went to college. I mean, I went through, like, the normal high school and had fun and, um, went to college, and I was a cosmetologist. I went to Iowa City, and I had my own, I rented a chair for 15 years at different salons. I was very successful.
You had your own business.
Yeah, business through businesses,
Yeah.
I had my own clients. Yeah, I always rented a chair, so I always, worked for myself, hustled.
You weren't working like hourly or anything like that.
No, no, no. I always made my own hours. I always,
Right.
I hustled and I loved it until, I couldn't do that anymore because I fell in love and, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I was older when I met Justin. I was 27 and he was 21.
Yeah,
We
that dirty bike rally.
Yeah, I remember the day I met you, I had to lie to my mom. And she's like, "What are you wearing?" And I'm like, it was like a little short skirt and tank top, and she's
Yeah.
like, "I don't think so." And so, I put on a different t-shirt over, this tank top, but I obviously took it off and was a little, you know, looking looking good. I mean,
Looking
this
g
was
yeah,
before
yeah,
babies and
yeah, you're looking real
everything,
good.
not that I don't look good now, but,
Yeah,
um
20s though.
yeah, and I went to the Conesville Thunder in the Sand biker rally, and which is, like, one of the dirtiest, raunchiest biker rallies ever, and I was bartending because I could make in a day bartending there, to pay for my trip to Mexico that I was
Right,
leaving for in 2 days, which was amazing because, yeah, we hustled, and they're dirty bikers that just give cute girls money. Anyways, I'm there, and here comes Justin walking up with this little, white tank top, muscles out with this group of friends, and he was persistent.
yeah,
You were persistent.
yep.
And he's like, "If I meet you here at the end of the night when you're off your shift, will you be here?" And I'm like, "Maybe." I actually had another guy I was supposed to go meet up with and go camping.
Right.
So you were there when I got off and we danced and you picked me up by my butt and laid the best kiss on me, the best first kiss
Oh,
ever.
yeah, I remember that. That was good.
And yeah, and it was like I left, and 2 days later, I went to Mexico, and I couldn't stop thinking about you.
Right.
And then I got back and called you, and we've been together ever since,
That's
literally.
right.
So, we met up that week, and we did the long distance thing,
Right.
which was hard because you were very used to being with your family
Mhm.
all the time and hanging out, and I was 27. I kind of was off on my own doing my own thing, and you were very much connected still with your hometown group
Right, I
and
was
your
21.
family.
I mean,
Yeah,
I've only
right.
been
You
out
were
of high
just out of
school for
school, right?
3 years, you know?
So, there was an hour and 45 minutes between us,
Right.
and we were madly in love.
For sure.
Still are.
Yeah.
But so we had to spend every weekend being together because we couldn't see each other during the week. We had to work. And I just remember like going kind of through hell a little bit because your family was like really mad that I was like taking you away from me. And that was hard. I had never dealt with something like that before. It like felt
Like you weren't welcome and
well, it wasn't that like
like
sometimes
I was just
yeah, like
prize, I don't know.
I don't know if it was like yeah, it was just weird. And I'm like, I just love him. I just want
Yeah.
to be with him. And then you proposed to me after 9 months.
So, yeah, like, thinking about that, I don't know, I'm connecting dots here while you're talking in my head.
Mhm.
Um, like, now as a mother you are, now imagine Emmett, is 18, hanging out with us and all the time until he's
Yeah.
21, meets this girl, 2 hours away,
And love
and
of their life. Yeah.
yeah, and then he just wants to spend time
9 months
yeah,
later.
wouldn't you be jealous and wouldn't your
I think
feelings
I
kinda be hurt?
would yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I would be yeah, of course I would probably have like jealousy, like somebody took my baby away or
right.
my my loves.
Mhm.
But
What's changed?
the
That's what's
ultimate
scary,
goal,
yeah.
though, is to raise good humans. And then can we not be blessed with the fact that they would find another wonderful human to love?
Right.
I mean, I cannot be with my kids for the rest of my life, even though I would love to. They have to have their own.
Yeah.
And I
Change.
can't even think about that day that I have to give my child away
Mhm.
because they need me. But, you
We we
know,
we got a
yeah,
one-year-old too.
it's it was a lot. It was a lot to come into. There was a lot of anger towards me that I never had dealt with, and, um, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go on, and you weren't sure because all you had seen is divorce and marriages that don't work, where I came from a marriage,
Yeah,
a
you
family that
you were in this
you
perfect
love,
bubble.
and I'm like, "I just want love. I just want
Right.
equality, togetherness." I said to Justin many times, like, "I don't need you. I
Yeah.
want you. I need you to be my equal." Because I could take care of myself. And then to have babies, I was like,
Right.
I don't know, because I was very in my own.
Yeah.
And you're like, "No, we have to have babies." I'm like, "Okay."
Right.
So I was, pushing 30, and yeah, we got
Pushing third,
married. We got
pushing
married.
40.
No, we got married, and I was 30 when we got married, right?
Yeah, you were. I was 24.
Right? Or no,
Yeah,
29, 30.
you're 30
Yeah,
'cause,
because we had Emmett
Emmett
at 31. So we
yeah,
got married in June, and then I got pregnant in August. We
yeah,
miscarried that baby. No, it was September because it was the Garth Brooks concert. And then we got pregnant with Emmett in Thanksgiving in November.
quick.
Quick.
Married well, together, married,
Yeah.
a year later,
We were
baby.
engaged for a year.
Yeah,
Um, and then yeah, and then we bought our business, Complete Automotive in February.
yeah, 2016.
Yeah, so it was like boom, boom, boom,
It
boom.
was like the American dream,
So
like
20
it's 2016.
was it 20 oh
Yeah,
yeah, right after Emmett
Emmett
was
wasn't
born.
even a year old.
So
But yeah, it was like marriage,
marriage,
baby,
baby, business.
business,
And I mean
and
business to the point where um at that time it was such a risk. I was scared, but I always knew like you had always said like I will not fail.
Right.
And I believed you
Right.
wholeheartedly because when Justin does something,
I
that's
do
it.
it.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
do it.
I think it's come a little bit more like soft lately, like because dreams change and expectations change.
Well, right, and as we're just evolving and
Uh,
changing constantly.
you're not so much on the hustle side anymore. Before it was like, I need to make this by this year. I'm not successful enough unless I hit this number. And I was always like, what is enough? Because
Right.
I never had anything. I don't need anything. Are nice things great? Absolutely. Does money allow you to do vacations and things? Absolutely. But if it was gone tomorrow, I would be okay because that wasn't the importance to me. That was important to you.
100% in the beginning.
You needed
But it was
the number to
yeah.
justify your means. But behind that was the addiction.
Mhm.
Um, we had a hard time uh, because a lot of really bad things started happening. And I think just the
During the
pressure,
business.
yeah, the pressure on Justin as a 25-year-old
Right.
kid started a business, the
Raising a
pressure
kid. Yeah. Kid
set
raising
in
a kid.
and you started drinking more.
Mhm.
And that was the start. That was the start. Emmett was probably he was a baby, but the worst part of it got to be when he was about a year and a half. And it spiraled for a while. And we were out one night and he did some poor decision things. And that led to a lot of turmoil. And I, I always had the backing of my parents, but I remember your dad going, what did you do to cause him to do these things?
Yeah.
Like, he put the blame on me. What did you do to cause his drinking? You must have done something, and I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm not the victim, but I'm I'm like, I didn't do anything. Like, I'm just here. Your son has a problem. We need to get him help. Blind eye. Never thought you had a problem. And my parents did. My parents saw it. And I mean, to the point where you and my dad got into an argument. Like, he was like, Justin, get your shit together?
Right.
And you quit drinking for quite a while at that time.
Mhm.
I think it was like 6 months.
Roughly, yeah. First
Yeah.
time quit drinking.
Yeah, and it was his best friend's wedding, and he's like, "I can't drink at my
It
best friend's
was,
wedding." It
yeah.
was hard. It was hard. It was a
Very
hard
well, because
time.
that's all with weddings, you're celebrating, you're drinking, you're doing whatever, you're
Right.
partying, you got your engagement
But he did
party.
it
Yeah,
because
I
he
did.
wanted Justin, I always was with him because you always tried.
Mhm.
He knew he had a problem. He tried, but always wasn't successful. And then, fast forward a few years and your cousin passes away.
That's right.
And you were very close with her. And that shook the whole family. That changed so many people's lives that were close to you and us. Then it led to your mom, you know, being sick
Yeah, I
or
just
or or being free. I don't know what it was. We go back and forth. Justin's mom was a free spirit, a gypsy. Like,
yeah, a roamer,
right. Therapist said she was
bipolar.
bipolar,
That's their diagnosis,
right, and borderline schizophrenic.
Right.
And she was manic, very up and down, and it was very hard on our marriage.
It was.
She wasn't the nicest, and then she was the nicest.
Yeah, the greatest and most
And
loving, and
she
then
was
she would
like
yeah.
the best grandma, and then she left us. Justin's mom passed away and by her own choosing. And it was tragic. Let's just say that. And that escalated the drinking.
100%. I didn't know how to
Didn't know how
deal
to
with it.
cope. I mean,
Well,
the first thing was I'm going to play loud music, I'm going to smoke cigarettes, and I'm going to down whiskey.
yep.
That was it. That was
Yeah.
and he had a family, and he had me, and I'm
Right.
trying to pick up these pieces, and we have a business to run and a baby to Emmett's 3 at this point,
Yeah.
and it was a lot.
Right.
It was
I
a lot.
mean, and spiraling, like, down and down, I mean, we can touch a little on that, but, uh, I didn't have anybody, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I guess I had you, but
But I was too close
you were,
because
I needed
the
somebody to
one
talk
you
to.
love is the one who you take it out on,
Right,
the one you love the most. I was your punching bag.
right,
You knew you could do anything because I would pick up the pieces.
right,
And you leaned on my parents a lot.
yeah,
Um, but and your friend and Jordy
mhm.
and your friends were there for you.
They were.
But um your best friend had gotten married, and so he was with his wife all the time now, because that relationship kind of started to, like, you're always spending time with your wife, he's always spending time with his, and
Yeah, you grow up,
um
kinda get
yeah, and
disconnected a
so you
little.
didn't have that person to lean on, so you leaned on alcohol. But it was the most highly functioning alcoholic, because we were at the peak of our business. I mean, we had some of the best money years, to the point where we decided to build a new home. People saw this beautiful home, and it is beautiful. We worked our butts off for it. We hustled to pay off our old home to build this new home, and
COVID.
everybody thought,
Mm.
"Oh my god, they have this great life," where I was suffocated.
Right,
I couldn't leave. I couldn't leave
trust.
my child with Justin and go do anything because of his drinking. It was hard. It was so hard. That was probably, like, my pivotal, like, "What the heck am I doing?" But you would stop. You would be like, "Okay, I need to stop drinking. I need to get my act in order." It was always, you tried, you tried, you tried.
Never stuck though because I didn't want it to really. I mean, I did. I shouldn't say I didn't want. I mean, I did want it, but I didn't really, really
You
want it. It
you
wasn't
wanted
like
it for me and Emmett, you
right.
didn't want it for you.
That's correct, and that goes.
And then it started the sneaking and the
Yeah.
lying,
Yep.
because if I didn't think he was doing something, then he could get away with it,
Right.
right? And then he can continue.
Right.
It was, he would tell me he had 2 beers. He had 8.
Yeah.
Every night when he'd come home from work, I didn't know what to expect.
Right.
And then, fast forward a few years and your best friend gets killed. His best friend Jordy gets killed in a accident, and
That almost
that
didn't seem, like, real at first, you know what I mean? Like, mom we couldn't find mom, she was gone for a couple days, and we're like, "Where's mom at?" And then
but
police
it's a
call,
phone call.
and then we find mom's
Mm,
gone, but then Jordy was like I mean, I remember my sister, Michelle, she was getting a hold or she called me at, like it was a Sunday night, I think. It was a Sunday night. At,
yeah,
like,
it was
10 o'clock at
yeah.
night, and I was almost ready for bed because I had to get to work Monday, So I was delirious, and,
Mhm.
she's like, "Hey, are you okay? Are you sitting? Can you be calm right now?" I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Jordy's dead." And I'm like, "What?"
It was like,
So it didn't even
it
feel
didn't
real.
yeah, it didn't,
Yeah,
like, sink in.
yeah, until it was like, "Holy shit, he's gone." And then the funeral, and then that really was like, "Holy
Right.
shit, he's gone."
Yeah.
And then, like, my best friend yeah, and then it was like, "Well, what do I do now? I
Yeah.
guess it's time to
My
drink and
next
smoke
best
more."
friend
Yeah,
is yeah, alcohol and pot.
yeah,
It was a lot of numb. I'm gonna
nummingness.
throw a mask on and numb this out,
Yeah,
is what, yeah. And again, we were just doing good. And it's like, the world slaps you in the face again. And it's like,
yeah,
not that who would have figured any of this happened, but it did. And yeah, so finally, I had enough.
Mhm.
I had enough. I was gone again. I came home. You're drinking. Same old story. So the next day, I said, "It's time to have a talk."
Yep.
And I there's lots next to our home, and I said, "We'll buy the lot next door, build you a house, and you can visit Emmett when I let you.
Mhm.
But we're gonna be done. But I'm not gonna divorce you because you will not get custody of my kid because I can't trust him drinking. So
Right.
you sign over the rights, we'll build you the house, and I'll let you see your son." And that's
Yeah.
the last day you drank,
Yeah.
the day before. Like, because he hadn't drank that next morning, but that is when you chose you.
Yeah, I mean it, and now we're going on almost 3 years of not drinking,
And
and
I never in my
no, I
I
know.
never in my life thought we would be at this point because it was 8 years
Yeah.
of
Yeah, well,
and
and I had quit
there
though,
was
like,
good
6
points.
months,
Trust me, there was good
and
points in there,
then
and Justin wasn't an asshole until, like, the last year of his addiction. Then the anger started coming in, but he never was that guy,
right,
because he wasn't lying before so much, but they got worse.
at the last
Yeah,
year.
the last year was, like,
Well, if you think about anything, like
constant lies, constant hiding,
right,
constant you were depressed. You said, "I shouldn't be here anymore. Put me in a facility." But then he's like, "I can't miss work. What do I do?" And I'm like, "Work doesn't matter. We can, But I mean, we went through all the things before you finally chose you. And you promised you started going to therapy. You found a therapist that worked. She helped. You would go what every other week, and then it went to like once a month, and then it like tapered off. And she's like, "I don't think you need to be here anymore." But during this, it was so you quit drinking in September.
September.
We always the dates I say I don't know
Trust
September.
me, addict would know when his last
He
drink
knows.
was.
He knows. So and then cut to December, and it was the same year, right? Yeah.
December? Yeah?
When mom called me, or was it the
About
next year? Were you sober 1 year
I don't
at
know.
that point? I think. Okay, so you would have been sober for 1 year.
Before your mom went.
Yeah, so we had a year of, like, great, right? Again.
Kinda. I mean, it was good, but,
You were
thinking of, like, we're
sober,
going
and
into
I
your
was like,
mom right now,
"Yeah."
yeah.
And we were happy, and I finally felt, like,
Free.
free.
Right.
But during all this, remember, we had COVID,
Mhm.
and we had some family changes.
Family feuds.
Not fe I don't wanna I guess if I sugarcoat it, yeah, they were feuds, and my family doesn't have feuds. We had never This is hard for me to talk about because we never had really, like,
Issues.
issues,
You were
right?
like
We were
the
the family
normal
that, like and
American
then if there
family.
was an issue, we kind of shoved it under the rug and, like, just moved on. Like, we never made issues issues, but, there were some changes in dynamics, and with one of my siblings, and it shook our whole family. It shook my parents to the core. I say I wanna protect them because there's a lot of stuff going on in this world right now,
Oh, for sure. But
and
change happened.
change happened,
You
and
know,
so there it was like my mom really wasn't being, like,
herself.
herself, and, like,
Right.
me and my mom were best friends.
She was
I
very
mean, she
scared,
was my
nervous.
person, but mom had a very hard time with COVID.
Right.
Like,
There's even that with the germs
and
and
everybody
everything and
everybody had they either were successful or they had a hard time. It was like one
yeah.
or the other.
Right.
I enjoyed COVID because I got to be home and stay home with my family and be inside and, like, learn how to bake bread and more family time. I mean, it was scary. I remember
Right.
being scared, but she was fearful.
Yeah, I didn't
She
wanna leave the
wouldn't
house. Like it was
they
a
my parents would always watch the news every day, and lived by what
The news
the
said.
news said. And it got to the point where we had gotten our first vaccines, me and Justin did, and Emmett, and we believed that that was the right thing to do at the right time.
Well, because it was
Because
new and everybody
yeah,
said, like, "The
well
world's,
well,
you
we had
have to."
friends, we had my best friend
Yeah,
didn't get vaccinated and
right.
her family, and that, upset my parents because, "Why are you hanging out with unvaccinated people?"
Yeah, been
Um,
there.
and then it got to be about Christmas time, and my parents were getting the next round of shots. I think it was, like, on the 3rd one by now,
Yeah,
and
I think it
me and
was.
Justin had had many conversations about what we believed in.
Right.
Not what my parents believed in, not what anybody else believed in, but what we believed
Like,
in.
what do you believe and what do
Right,
you want?
because we've been so programmed to follow
Everybody.
what
Or the
your parents
news,
say, what
religions,
you were raised in. If your parents were Republican,
schools. Yeah.
Democrat, if your parents were Christian, if your parents were hippies, if you're, you know what I mean? Like, we were all like programmed from the beginning to like think like your family thinks. And so for the first time I really kind of stood up and we decided what to do for us. And
Right.
we did not get this vaccine, which cut to my parents canceled Christmas. And that was really hard, but not just because of us getting the vaccine, but my mom for the last like 2 months, she thought maybe she was like diabetic or something was going on. She just didn't feel right.
She
She
thought
was
she had lingering COVID.
Yeah, well, or lingering COVID because
Yeah,
she had
she's
had
like,
COVID
"I've
in, like,
had this
August, and
cough
she's
for,
like
like,
she
5
had this
months."
cough, and she was, like, losing
Yeah.
weight,
Right.
and she's like, "Maybe I'm diabetic." So she went to the doctor, and cut to New Year's Eve. Now this is, like, a week later, and the night before, I'm sitting in the hot tub, partying with my friends, and one of my best friends asked, like, "How are your parents?" And I was like, "I don't know, but my mom's being kind of a bitch. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on. She's just like, things just aren't normal. Like, she's not acting like herself." And the next day, she calls and she tells me that they found a mass on her lung,
Right.
right? The next day.
Mhm.
And I'm like, what? You know, jump to, so this is December or January 1st. And my mom passed away February 13th,
Right.
which 13 is like the day his mom died and, like, everything goes back to 13 or 3, like, in our
Mhm.
life. But her cancer escalated so fast into her brain and all through her body, and it just she lived cancer. Sorry.
Right. That's
Um,
okay. Well, I think, I mean, she believed in the cancer too. Like, uh, in
ugh,
my opinion, like, she was putting fuel on the fire. Like,
yeah,
it's
I
not
mean,
like your mom wanted to die, that wasn't her
no, she
intentions.
fought
She
because
did
she had
fight.
10
Yeah.
rounds of whole brain
Right.
radiation in 5 weeks,
Right.
which is, like, unheard of, and she fought.
Right.
But the moment that she said the word cancer,
It was like it had consumed her.
right,
Yeah.
it was
As many people do, though,
right.
when you find out, like, "Hey, I got cancer, I have this disease,"
Well,
what do you
either people
do?
get, like, fierce and, like, "I'm gonna fight and have
Yeah.
this," but or, like, "It doesn't own me, I own it," but that wasn't the case, and
Right.
sadly, because she kept getting bad news after bad news, and if you don't hear good news, I mean, how hard it is hard not to believe anymore, but she fought,
Mhm.
and she passed away, and that same December, right before New Year's, me and Justin, because we were on such a high that last year, also made very big decisions to have another baby. I finally got my dream. Justin was sober.
Right.
I had this beautiful, beautiful boy, 8 years old, and he asked Santa for a brother.
Thank you, Santa.
Like
We love you.
like, the first time he had ever said he wanted a sibling.
Right. And then it was in the
And my ho
newspaper.
yeah, and we get phone calls or texts like, is there news that you should be telling us?" And we're like,
Yeah,
"No,
what?
what?"
Yeah, Emmett
But
asked Santa for a brother.
Justin begged and begged and begged and begged to have another baby. He's like, "Let me not have my do-over, but I'm present. I'm here. I'm sober. I want to be a dad again. I have so much love to give. Our whole life is this child.
Mm.
What are we gonna do when he's 15 and doesn't want to spend time with us? Like, we need to have another. Like, like
Yeah, what are we gonna do when Emmett's gone, you
yeah, like
know? And it's like
heaven forbid we hang out with each other. But we're those parents. We're very involved in our child's life. That was our priority. Even through your addiction, Emmett was our priority through it all.
100%. I was a
Um,
functioning alcoholic.
you
I mean,
were
I could run a
you
business, I
still
could yeah,
coached a team.
yeah,
You
I was still
still
coaching you know
yeah,
what I
like
mean? Like, I was
you were
still
very there.
yeah.
It just
At nighttime was when, like, the devil came out, you know?
yeah.
Like, it was like, "Alright, I got done with all my shit, I went to work, I was a father, I was a husband, and now it's time for Justin to
Well, you
let
always
loose."
said it was your
You
reward.
know? It was, like, I worked hard, I deserve
I
a beer. I
deserve
deserve
this
this
drink
this
because
yeah.
I worked so hard. I did this.
Yeah.
I provided.
Yes, look at what we have. I
Mhm.
deserve this, you
Yeah.
know? So it was just like, a
So
reward.
yeah, so I finally like
Gave in
had
because 'cause I'd been
I
so
well, I said I finally have everything I prayed for.
yeah, well
I prayed every day that Justin would get it together. Like,
thank you,
I
Jesus.
really never thought it would happen. And I hate to say that because I said I always believe in you, but I didn't believe that. And my dream came true. And you got sober. So, anyways, December,
Sober, we had a
I
baby.
get off birth control, and my mom dies in February. But before my mom died, she in her bed Pinterested nursery
Huh?
rooms, decorations, names. She gave me a list.
Well, she knew we were going to have another before we knew really. I mean, like,
Yeah,
we
I'd always
wanted
said one
one,
and done, and
but
she was like, "Mm,
you didn't say you were actually pregnant, or she wasn't here when you were actually pregnant,
no,
right?
she wasn't." I didn't get
Right.
pregnant
But she
until
knew.
end of March.
Yeah, like, your mom knew we were going to have another just because she was, at that time, I think,
Well, I think when you're like
connected to the other
yeah,
side,
when
you know?
you're in your last days of life, you're not truly here because time doesn't exist at that
Right.
point.
Yeah.
So she knew, and so she told me all these things, and, um, yeah, I got pregnant right away at 39 years old. I mean, I I never expected it. I thought it would be hard. Um, I said, "I give you 1 year." 1 year because I was
Gonna be
not
40.
gonna do it after 40.
Yeah, you're 40.
Um, and I got pregnant, and I was very lucky because I'd miscarried before. I was
Mhm.
older. I was geriatric pregnancy and all this stuff, and I didn't know. Um,
Yeah, but you're a young 40-year-old. I mean, you're like 20, not 40.
that was brownie
So
points. That was nice. But, yeah, so I get pregnant, but during this time, I wanted to connect
yeah.
with my mom. I wanted to talk to her. I mean, who doesn't? I mean, after somebody dies, there's mediums, psychics out there, and
You believed in it.
I did wholeheartedly, and so did my mom. So I knew like she would come through because she always watched like John Edwards or like Teresa
Or who's that other
Caputo,
famous the Ty
Teresa with the big hair, or
yeah, Tyler. There you
Love
go.
Tyler,
Yeah, it's like Tyler, the one that
right?
sketches and
Yes,
yeah.
and so I knew she would come through. So I actually asked my sister-in-law um for a woman in independence.
Michelle?
Yeah.
Oh, she's the one that led you to
I
Sandra?
think her and Sam, I mean, my best friend Samantha had gone to her too and like had been learning. And she had suggested, but yeah, because both of your sisters had gone to Sandra when your mom died.
Right.
and
And I didn't even know Sandra at the
I had
time.
never done anything.
Yeah.
So Sandra's now our mentor. She is a Reiki master and a medium.
Mhm.
You would say a medium. I don't,
She's everything.
she's a healer,
Psychic,
right? She has so
medium,
many different things.
yeah, Reiki master teacher.
So
She's
I go to her
medicine woman.
and I record it, and she tells me things about my mom that nobody knew, and so many messages.
But you
And
recorded it.
I recorded
Did
it.
Sandra know you recorded it?
I think so.
Or did you sneak that one
I don't
in?
know.
I
I
think you
don't know.
sneaked
I
that one
might.
in, didn't you?
I tend to record them, but
But that was great you recorded it
yeah, so we got
because
to
you got to
listen.
go
I got to play it
re-listen
for
to
my
it.
dad,
Right.
and
Yeah.
we just enjoyed it. And I was just like, I I love what she did. And I had gone to a massage therapist in Cedar Rapids, and she was giving me a massage, and she's like, "Have you lost somebody recently?" And she like your mom came through, and she's like, and she said different stuff about my mom and her and your mom, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, "It's Reiki." And I'm like, "What? What?" And she's like, "I can pull energy and like talk to spirit and this and that." So, and then Sandra gave me this wonderful message for my mom, and she's like, "Do you want to do a Reiki session?" I'm like, "No." And
Yeah.
because I didn't know what it was. And then I came home and I told you about it. And then we had again this massage from this husband
Matt.
and wife, Matt and Mel, and he did Reiki on you.
Right.
And you were like shaking and bouncing, and just
Yeah,
your hands went up, and like,
I couldn't control it.
yeah,
That's
and
what I
the
didn't like
energy
about.
was just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
moving. And so you got so interested, and let's say Justin's like an all or nothing kind of guy. ADHD to the fullest. And functioning, right? You guys like highly function. So when Justin does something, he's all in and he's so interested in it, and then it drops usually.
Yeah.
But the momentum was up, and he's like, I have to learn. I have to learn what Reiki is. So then you've talked to Sandra because she teaches
Mhm.
Reiki, and
Well, I was gonna go with Matt, but
but
he
Matt was having a baby and
yeah, it
this and
didn't
that,
work
and then his life
out.
was going on.
And then I was
So
like, "Well, what about Sandra?"
yeah.
And then met Sandra for the first time.
Mhm.
And
So I was like, well, I know she gives Reiki. She probably teaches.
mhm.
And you went, I don't, a year? How
Yeah.
long did? I mean, most people to get your Reiki master takes years.
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 Yeah, typically.
I mean, I personally now am on my Reiki too, and I started Reiki a year
A
and a
year
half
ago.
ago. I'm content right now.
Mhm.
Most people take their time, not Justin.
No.
Justin has to whoosh through
Yeah.
it,
I'm the
like,
rocket man.
but it was
Mm.
hard.
For you, it was hard because I was changing so
You
quickly.
were changing so
Right.
quickly. Well, then jump to I'm pregnant. I have this beautiful baby, Lenny.
Mhm.
Um, in December, 3 months before I turned 40.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I have this beautiful baby. I have a son, a 9-year-old, and I have this husband that is skyrocketing through his spirituality journey. And it was
Yeah.
like chaos again. And I didn't know how, I didn't know you anymore, because you weren't the man I married. The man I married was this kind of redneck,
Mhm.
drinking, partying, crazy man. And then you shifted.
Right. I mean, I think though there's a difference between like certain individuals where I could say like for my grandpa, he grew up on a farm and lived the farm life, and that's all he did for 91 years,
Yeah.
okay? Then there's a guy like me that was a farmer, was a cowboy, was a redneck, was a spiritual man,
Went through the car world, the
the car world, a
mechanic,
mechanic, I mean, a woodworker, whatever. I mean, an artist,
yeah.
I've been a man of many
Whatever
things,
you put your
you
mind
know,
to,
I
you
do it.
do. It's not something that's if I
Right.
want something done, if I say dig a hole, he's out there digging it the next,
Yeah.
day or hour.
Honey, I brought home
Yeah,
flowers.
I mean, let's not go down that path, but, it was a lot.
For you too,
It
because I was
was a
changing
lot
so
because he was
fast.
changing so fast.
Right.
Um, Opening up, thinking for himself, not
Following.
being the norm.
Yeah, it wasn't normal
Um,
anymore.
yeah, you weren't mainstream anymore. You
Yeah.
didn't care, politics didn't matter. You didn't care about this other passion, like our other business. It was like, your heart kind of, I mean, it's there. I
Yeah,
mean,
my heart's still there, just I was passionate about
you were passionate about,
cars and
but
fixing
now you're
them.
passionate about reading. This man hadn't read, no offense, read
Yeah.
a book, like the Divergent series.
Yeah, I did. I had Harry
No,
Potter too.
okay,
Yeah.
not really, but you hadn't really
Read
read, and
for
he's
years.
reading 2 to 3 books a week, and he's listening to podcasts, and he's immersed himself
Well, I'm thirsty
in
for
this
knowledge.
world, and he's download all the
Yeah.
time.
Mhm.
Sorry. And I was like, "Whoa."
Take a chill pill, bro.
But I introduced him to this,
You did.
right? Because I'm so
This
interested,
was
and
my
I've always
medicine.
had every medium I've gone to, they're like, "Oh, you're so intuitive. Oh, you're so spiritual. Oh, you're so connected." And I'm like, "Kind
Yeah, am
am
I?
I?" I mean,
Maybe.
yeah, I have some dreams and I'll see some things sometimes or feel things and get the goosies and all that stuff. Or, deja vu, coincidences, weird things like that always happening. But I didn't know. So it was my 40th birthday, and I am like, we just had a baby. I just need a night away. So Lenny's like 3 months old. It's
Yeah.
my 40th birthday.
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm going to take my husband
Yeah.
because I'm so nice, and we're going to go get pampered all day.
Mhm.
We're going to have a massage. We're going to sit in a hot tub.
How
We
lucky
did
am I?
body wrap, back facial things. And then I was like, I want to
Reikis.
finish with Reiki and a sound bath together.
Yeah.
They didn't even know what it was. I go to, we go to Hands in Harmony in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Yeah.
And they're like together.
Yeah, we want a
And I go, no, I
sound
want
therapy
Justin to have a
with
Reiki master.
Reiki.
I want me to have a Reiki master, and I want a sound person, a
Yes.
sound therapist.
Mhm.
And they're like, "Okay, you know how much that's gonna be for 3 p,"
We
because
don't care. We want it.
they hadn't put it together.
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, it's gonna be amazing, I know, right?" And they're like, "Okay." So I did it, and I had the most profound it was shaking. I was, clenching and shaking, and this lady is literally just, has her hands on my head, different positions. The
But then there's
sound
yeah,
therapist
that's
came
the thing.
in and used tuning forks on my hands, and she
Yeah.
was using bowls and
Right.
a lot of tuning forks and bowls and pendulums, and it was just, my aha moment. I got to talk to my mom.
Yeah. It was like one of your first times
It
connecting with
was it
spirit,
was one of my first times ever really knowing
remembering.
that I was yes,
Yeah.
remembering that I connected, not just a dream, not a feeling.
But
I talked
remembering
to
what
my
you're doing.
mom.
Yeah.
I talked to your grandpa. And then I saw God.
Mm.
And I was like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "You know who I am." And I'm like, "Are you him?" And he's like, "Yes, I'm him." So
Yeah.
it was like
Pretty
my
unreal. You
yeah.
connected for the first time or the first time you remembered. You were shaky, and
But
I
that was my aha moment. That was my I know what I wanna do now. And so, literally, like, 2 days later, I looked up a class, and I've always heard this name, Natalie Brown,
mhm,
and she's a sound therapist, a sound practitioner in Monticello, Iowa, and
amazing too, like,
yeah,
one of the
I
best
mean,
ones
her,
around
like, list of
area,
things
yeah.
that she's done is beyond
Right,
in the sound world, in the music world,
correct,
and, I was like, "Oh, I have to know where she teaches, and I need to learn from her."
right.
And a month later, I was signed up starting my sound healing practitioner journey.
But I got you, don't you remember? I got you
Oh,
the
yes, you'll
bowl.
say that you okay, so
Yeah,
that Christmas before, okay,
yeah,
okay, so you had to throw in
I
you in there,
I
okay.
did, I didn't throw
I
well,
just told this story because I
yeah,
just remembered December,
right. We're
Christmas.
going
So
backwards
this is
now.
yeah,
Rewind.
this was April when I started my class. So if I go back to December, Christmas, Justin buys me
Before your experience with,
yeah,
God.
before,
Yeah,
because that
yeah,
was in March.
right.
So he gets me this Tibetan bowl,
Mhm. Yeah, for
you know,
Christmas.
like, ding. I was like, "Where's mine?"
Yeah,
I was like, "What? Why?"
great.
I was like, "I can make it ring and it dings and
Yeah,
oh, it feels cool, I
yeah,
guess." I didn't know. I didn't know why,
mhm.
but
Yeah, now you know
now I
why.
know why. I
Right.
mean, he knew why before I even knew why.
Mhm.
And we say, "Isn't that weird?" But it's like there's no coincidences
Yeah, it
anymore.
wasn't weird. It
It
was
was
a little kickstart for you, like,
yeah,
"Hey, this
you
is what you're gonna
knew
be doing."
without
Yeah.
knowing.
I did. I knew without
But Justin
knowing.
always tends to get, like, a gift he really wants for me for anniversaries or birthdays, like, wind chimes, like, yeah, they're really nice wind chimes, water feature.
Those wind chimes are really
They
nice, though.
are,
Those
but
things
it
hum
was
like none
nothing that
other.
I ever said I wanted, it was always something he wanted that he knew I wanted, and
I knew
then,
you
like,
would
the
like.
wind chimes ended up being me and Lenny's, like, place
When you swing on the
when I swing
porch
on the
and you hear
porch, and
them
it would
humming.
soothe him, and
Yeah,
I
see?
didn't know I needed these things,
Oh,
so,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
So
I
me and
knew.
Justin and then I say
Yeah,
we switch places.
right. We are
I
switching.
was
The
the
caretaker,
boss.
the
I was
boss.
the
Yeah.
leader of the pack because I had to be.
Right.
And the wolf in Justin comes through, and now he is the alpha. Slowly, slowly. I don't give that up easily.
Yeah, I know.
It's very hard for me because I'm mama, you know? But,
So, yeah,
which
your sound healing, you pursued that class. Now we're fast
yep.
forwarding. We
So I
rewinded. Now
started
we're
in
fast forwarding again.
April
Yep.
with, my sound practitioner.
Yep.
Then and then,
When you were doing the sound healing, your first one, did you have any more moments, like, connecting spirituality wise, like, I'd say, like, on the other side?
it connected intuitively.
Like, you knew where to go with or what
I
instrument to
just
pick up or how to
felt
play it?
right, it just felt natural. It just came so easily, even though it was a lot of schooling, a lot of work,
A lot of
a
learning.
lot of learning, a lot of video taking in, the science behind it all, but it
Right.
really just started clicking with my natural ability to the point where I connected with one of my friends, Ellen, and she's like, "I think you are like a star child and you came from this planet." And we're going to get really weird here. And she's like, "This is your language.
Sounds your language.
This is how you spoke
Right.
before. This
I
is how you connected was through sound."
right,
And so
music.
it just has came very easily.
So with sound healing, like, I wanna kinda touch on this,
Yeah.
for a little moment before we keep going. W Okay, sound healing, and for all the listeners out there, and we were just talking about Reiki, and then we were talking about, like, connecting with spirit, and then Chelsea threw in the G word there for a minute too. I'm going with God, whether you wanna call him
Source,
universe, source, the almighty, whatever.
God,
Gus, I call him Gus, yeah.
universe,
Universe,
source.
source,
We
Gus.
call him Gus at the dinner table.
Yeah. Anyways, all this stuff, bringing it back, like, what does all that mean for me, like it's some form of health or healing modality. Like most of us get sick, we get a cold, we break a bone, whatever. We don't feel right. Maybe we have cancer. We go to the doctor. Doctor's like, hey, here's this pill for you. Here's this. Oh, you need to do radiation. Oh, you need to do this. Oh, you need to do that. So again, we were in that before
And
COVID. Yeah.
me and Justin differ, and that's the best of us. Is I feel like, and not that he doesn't, but there's room for science.
Right.
There's room for science and medical. There is, but we can heal ourselves.
Yeah. We're
and
going this
I can
holistic
and I can
route.
be a vessel for healing for
Right.
others to
Yes.
heal. And that's what the sound does. It takes the vibration to a frequency
Yeah.
and pinpoints different things in your body.
Right.
Um,
Well, there's been, like, science studies where they do, like, your
sound,
yeah,
they
well
drop water on sound, blood.
yeah.
I've
Well,
seen
no, I'm saying that scan where they like, a
oh, the
bioscan.
bio well.
Yeah, the bio well where they'll scan your
Yep,
body
you
so
can
you can
scan
see
where your energy
inflammation and
is
where your energy's at
before
before you do
and then
a session.
after.
Yeah, so you
So
can
there
really
is
see it work.
scientific
Yeah,
proof
yeah.
'cause some people are
We need to get one of
skeptics.
those.
People are skeptic, and that's okay. We all have our own beliefs. We all have our own things we think are right for us. But this is proof. This is proof that this is how you felt before, and this is how you feel after.
Right,
Uh, my son, Emmett, our oldest, had the worst stomach ache one night. We had done rollers, we had done everything, medicine, all the things. And I put my Tibetan bowl on his stomach
mhm,
and I played on his solar plexus and then I went and I connected with his crown so he could just like believe it
right,
in believe in your gut.
mhm,
And like when you change the thought process and I was just like think like I feel good. I
right,
have no stomach ache. Like we changed his thought process and we changed the vibration, the frequency in his body, in his chakras, which if
right.
most people listening to this might know what chakras are, but and it was gone. Like instantly. He's like, how do I feel better? Instantly. And that doesn't work for everybody. It's not always instant, but within time
Yeah,
and
y
progression, it's kind of like going to therapy. You could come to a sound healer, therapist, practitioner, whatever you want to call it, once a week and get rid of all the
but
negativity.
you gotta
And
believe in it for it to work.
you have to have an open mind.
Yeah,
You have to have an open mind. I would say you don't have to necessarily believe because you can be a skeptic. That's okay.
right,
As long as you come in, lay on that table, and have just an open mind and breathe,
right, and just watch and
like,
just see
you
what
don't have
happens.
to yeah, you close your eyes, you
Yeah,
can listen to the sounds, that's okay. You don't
right.
have to completely zone out because it's still doing it. No matter what, the sound and the vibration
Are
or the
going
Reiki
it's going where it needs
or
to.
the Reiki, because
Yeah.
I incorporate that with it every time,
Mhm.
it's going to the spot it needs, whether you believe it or not, the energy's there
So, Emmett's
because we're all made of
stomach,
energy.
he got rid of his stomach
Mhm.
bug and his stomach wasn't hurting. Like, have you had any other experiences where, like, I guess, what could one expect feeling-wise? Like, what like,
Yeah,
physicality? Like, is there any signs? Like, what would they go through or
so when somebody comes in, I mean, I kinda go through, like, we're gonna connect first.
yeah,
I'm gonna connect with them on a deeper level, a heartful connection, a
right,
mindful connection. I need to know them as a human, or as a
yeah.
soul, really, as their energy. I need to know what they're in you know
So you're loosening them up first.
Yeah,
You're
I
just
mean,
not sticking them in the oven, you're preheating it quick,
and,
and
we talk about your intention. What
yeah, why
what
you
why are
here?
you there?
Right.
What
What do you
and
want?
some people don't share it, and they can think it because 'cause I'll know anyways. I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well
So they then lay on my table, and I scan their energy. I
mhm,
scan their biofield, and I find where there's depletions and excess, and I find what's out of line throughout their whole body.
how are you doing that?
I use sound. I use different instruments, and
You
I
can just hear it?
hear, and I can hear it, and the sounds change, and I can feel it because I have intuition, I have feeling,
Mhm.
I have spirit guides, I have
Do you think, like, if I wanted to do sound, or let's just say any of our listeners, like, anybody wanted to do sound, like, they could pick up that too? Is that something that's taught, like,
it's in
listening?
everybody. We're
Yeah,
all made up of energy, and as long as you just, like, hone in on your own skill, I mean, it takes practice, whether it's meditation, breathing, going to sound healings,
yeah.
going to Reiki sessions, like, immerse yourself in the holistic
Right.
world. I mean, read books about it, whatever anybody can do it as long as they
Want
put their
to.
energy into it. I mean, it's the feeling behind it. We all are healers. And then I'll go back to, like, I just went to Sedona and we are all one. I have a tattoo here now.
Yeah.
Like, it's infinite, and I've had God speak to me and
Sedona, we love
and
Sedona.
say, like, I was like, "Oh my God." Oh, and he was laughing at me because I was saying, "Oh my God." And he's like, "Stand up. We're the same.
Mhm.
We're all one."
Right.
He goes, "You are as strong of a healer as we are. Like, we're all healers. We all can do this."
Yeah, we're just here showing others how they can do it.
I'm a vessel.
Yeah.
I'm a vessel, and I want to do I had a lady come in one evening to an event, and she could hardly walk. She couldn't do steps. She was not being able to walk, and I put my hands just she had just done a sound healing session, and I put my hands on her legs, and I'm like, "My knee's fine." And I'm like, "Say it." And she's like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "My knee's fine." And I'm like, "No, you have to believe, because if you don't believe it, why would your knee believe it?"
Right.
And so she's like, "Okay." So she shut her eyes. We took breaths together, and I set Reiki to her knee.
Right.
She sent me a video the next day of her on a walk.
Yeah.
Her husband was watching to make sure she was okay, but she's like, she took a walk around her acreage.
Right.
And she's like, and I'm still going. That's why I do this. That's why I do this. That's my, like, other aha moment, because
Helping
I don't
people.
need validation.
Right.
That's not what it's about. But I love when I can help somebody
Or make them feel
and
good.
feel good. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like shit for a long time, and I
Heck yeah.
feel good now.
Right.
And sometimes I feel like people that are still stuck in their, like,
Right.
are kind of jealous of, like, our high that we're on right now, or I don't know if it's jealous or, like,
It's
envious or
they don't understand.
unknowing.
They don't understand.
I've just had a lot of
Yeah.
people around me lately, and just that's a whole 'nother issue, like
Yeah.
boundaries and setting,
Yeah.
and I don't know.
They don't they're okay, we're
Yeah,
gonna go
right,
into you're a sound healer, let's talk about this. This is a frequency, it's like a radio station, okay? Everybody remember that back in the I'm gonna if you're not old enough now, but they had dials
right,
on in your car
the
back in the
AM,
day,
FM,
AM, FM, and you had to, like, tune it. You'd take
tune
that
in to
dial
your
and you would change
station.
it, and it'd be fuzzy, like,
Yep.
and then all of a sudden, boom, you got sound. Okay, that would be, let's say, 98.5. Now, if you wanna listen to 102.9,
Yeah,
okay, boom, 102.9's there. Now, people, I believe, are on different stations.
right. They're on
You
different frequencies,
Yes.
and they may catch up, and they may not. Me
Right.
and you are
Yeah.
on this high. Justin's here, I'm here,
But
and
we
some
can
other
come
people.
back down.
Right.
It's just it's when you're around a frequency that's that high, um, Jesus, people would say that about him. He was so full of light and was so full of just high vibing energy that when you got within his presence, you instantly felt good. You
Mhm.
felt, like, talkative, and you know that when you
Right.
walk into a room and let's say if like 20 people are in there and you walk in and let's say the room somebody just died or farted or whatever. You know what I mean? And you walk in and you're so high vibing and they just start smiling and they're like, "Oh my god, it's nice to see you."
Right.
Just because you're radiating that love
That's
out,
it.
you
I'm
know?
not trying to we're not trying to change anybody's mind.
No, at all. Yeah,
What I
it's their past, their
love,
path.
if somebody wants to join or, like, learn or
Or
have a
curious.
class or
Yeah.
wanna talk, just have a conversation, a real
Right.
conversation about life
Right.
and not the norm, not what we're programmed to believe, what the news says, the politics say, the preacher says, not what your boss says. Like, what do you think is real in this world? And
Yep.
the past, present, future, like
Right.
I that's my curiosity now. And we've really found a tribe that
We connect with our
like
soul
a soul
tribe.
family,
Yeah.
I have my family, we have our families, and we have our soul family. And it's been really a blessing to have these people in our lives. I think we're learning from all of them. They're learning from us,
We're
and
learning from
I'm
them.
still going.
Yeah.
I'm going to another class this week. Actually, tomorrow I start another section with Natalie. And in the fall, you're going to Sedona again to learn more shamanism and hypnosis and all these amazing things, and we just keep growing and learning. And I'm like, that's all I want to do. I'm like, I'm really connecting with the intuitive, the spiritual
That's what
readings.
I wanted to ask you, like, how can you explain it to our audience how it's possible to connect with spirit and energy?
How do you think it's possible?
Yeah, well, can you explain it? Like, how is it possible to connect with spirit and energy?
Trust me, look, I was the girl, I was a hairstylist, not to put anything down, but like I was that like just normal job. I'm this normal mom. I was a cheerleader. I was a,
Yeah,
and so now I'm open. I
yeah,
believe.
you
I
believe.
believe there's more than this life. I believe in what's next, is infinite. I believe
It
there's
sounds like faith. That's what I keep,
like,
like,
oh
going
my
to,
god,
like, you
God,
have this
like,
incredible
I mean,
amount of
whether you have
faith.
faith in Buddha, God, wherever, I mean,
Right,
whomever,
right,
I believe that we are all connected. I believe we're infinite. I believe in time doesn't matter. I am trying to be the best version of me.
right.
I'm on my health journey. Did I think I would be taking amino protein, all these things like Justin's awakened me to, because I am in my awakening. That's what I would call it, is that you have
You're
to first you
remembering.
just have to be open, and you have to breathe, and you have to like
Breathe.
connect. I mean, I didn't like my dad got to see my mom for one time, and I go, "How did you do it?" And he's like, "I was rocking in a rocking chair,
Shut
breathing, shut off the world."
shut your
And
eyes,
it worked.
and you got to
And
connect.
does he do that all the time? No, because it is work. You have
Yeah,
to put in the work also.
right.
Uh,
It's
but
kinda
it's
like going to the gym, you know what I mean? Like, you can't no okay,
yeah,
this is the perfect analogy,
you're working
'cause
on
I
I say
mean,
this
you're
all the
going through
time.
it yeah, it's like and
Why
even
do we
me
all work on our physical
yeah,
outside,
yeah,
but then we could take Reiki or sound healing or
learn how to
yoga,
meditate.
breathing, meditation,
Yeah,
um, and we could work on our inside.
right.
Like, our heart. Whose
Mhm.
heart hasn't been broken? I swear everybody's heart's been
What's
broken.
part of being human is to have
Right.
a broken heart,
And our mind,
right?
our mental health. I mean,
Right.
that isn't
Yeah.
that
That
isn't that the number one problem in the United States right now? Or
yes.
well, it's like
Well,
guns or mental
that's
health or
what
like
fascinates me the most is mental health.
mm.
One, because, mom and my grandma and,
Well,
like
they wanted to put me on meds.
right,
When I was dealing with you, they're
yeah,
like, "You're depressed." And I'm like,
right.
"I know I'm depressed, but I don't wanna go on
Meds for
meds and"
depression or
right,
anxiety.
I don't wanna be foggy, I don't wanna not be
Right,
me, and so I found something else that worked.
right.
Not
That's
it's not hurting anybody, I'm
yeah,
not pushing this on anybody else.
right,
If they want to learn or be part of it, I'm here. My
right.
hands are open, my heart's open to anybody. Me and Justin, our next huge goal was to build this studio.
What studio is that?
It's called New Human Holistic Studio. It's in
Where's this at?
Independence, Iowa. We're in rural, so we're, like, right outside of Quasqueton, cute little town right on the Wapsipinicon River.
Wasqueton.
We have a beautiful acreage here, and we built this studio. And so now we're doing this podcast. Justin kind of has his masculine Reiki side, I say, not just saying for men, but like we want more men in here. Like
Oh, for
this is
sure.
just
This is
a
it's
woman driven, holistic thinking is
right,
very woman, feminine driven, and we need more masculine.
right.
Um,
I can only be one man.
you know, we would love more men to be involved, but
Yeah.
um beyond that, in the other side, I have my sound practitioner area. I do one-on-ones.
What kind of sound are we all talking about here?
So
Like,
I use
yeah.
Tibetan bowls. I use crystal bowls. I use ocean drums. I use Tibetan bowls. I use a gong. Use
How do the bowls
frame
work? Like, what do you
drums.
do with the bowls?
Well, you have to come and experience it.
Oh, you do. Okay.
It's one of those things like I can tell you that I like play around or
Yeah. You
you
just have
have
to
to feel
experience
it.
it.
I mean, in every sound healing, I just went to one a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
it's different. I had
Yeah.
huge experiences. It's like yeah.
Go.
So I also offer okay, so I have the one-on-ones. We do sound baths outside and inside on the full moon.
Yeah.
We always choose the full moon because we kind of try to live our life by the moon phases and calendar, the original calendar.
That's another
Yeah,
podcast. Well, yeah,
we'll
let's
talk about all
yep,
that stuff another day.
yep,
But and then we have events. We hold special events. Justin's holding one about how to meditate,
right.
5 different ways to connect.
5 different
I
meditations.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
had like a ladies' day for Mother's Day.
Mhm.
So we do all different kind of events. We're going to be having yoga classes here
Yep.
starting soon. My best friend Samantha's going to be teaching that.
Right.
Here we're doing massage with sound healing
Yeah.
coming like this next month. Lots of different things. So
What's your favorite thing to do?
my favorite is definitely the one-on-ones. Usually like either one-on-ones by myself or one-on-ones with Justin.
Yeah.
So we mix together. He does Reiki while I do sound healing, and we call it like our tandem
Yeah.
sessions. Um, it's so powerful. It's what I had my biggest experience with. So
Okay.
that's almost my favorite is to have two practitioners in there.
Same here.
Um, I love the one-on-ones, just me working on somebody too. That's amazing. But when you add Reiki in with it heightens the experience. It just does. It amplifies it to another level. So yeah, we had a fun time building our studio. That was like,
Yeah. Envisioning
like
it
yeah,
and
little things like I have a blue ceiling. I just saw blue. I had blue, blue, blue. Everything was, it
then your
came through.
logo.
The logo is so cool.
What's on our,
Oh, yep,
microphone
it's
right
on the
here?
yeah.
It's a little flower.
So and it looks like some people look it looks like an onion peeling, some say flower petals
Some even say it
blooming,
looks like a
a
person.
person
Yeah.
emerging through,
Yeah, it's a sweet looking logo.
but I just it's the new human because
Yeah.
we are shedding our masks, we're shedding our layers, we're showing who we truly are because these are just our skins.
Yeah.
We have it's our soul, it's our energy, and that's why we want to be the new human. Um my name's Chelsea, like but is that my name? Like we're always emerging and what's next in our lives and
Mhm.
we just are still growing and I'm not the person that was born to like Ed and Deb. Like I'm not
You mean
that.
you're changing?
Yeah, I'm just
Wait, whoa, 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 whoa.
I'm just like
Okay, because you're like, you
evolving.
always say to me, I'm the same person that I was, blah, blah, blah. But you're not because you're
I'm
constantly
not.
changing. But we're changing
I
together.
still like a lot. I mean, that's
Hmm?
another episode. That's a husband
See?
wife episode.
Okay, all right.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
I want to ask you a few
always
questions.
changing.
Some questions on the New Human podcast. What is a perfect day for you? What does a perfect day look like in Chelsea's eyes?
My perfect day is waking up after sleeping in because my favorite spot is my bed,
Yeah.
and cooking breakfast with the boys,
Mhm.
turning on the music, dancing.
Yeah, dance and music.
Our kids love music. We love music. We love to
Yeah.
dance with them in the kitchen. I mean, we're that like those people that
Weird
dance in the
hippies.
kitchen. Yeah. And, you know, going out to a beautiful lunch. I am everything is surrounded by food, but like
Yeah.
I'm a foodie. I love different weird foods and going shopping and the boys love to go and get new things and we love to help them find, new sports equipment or, new clothes and new I don't know, just fun and then make a fire
Yeah.
outside, like hang out. I mean, play games, watch a movie with the kids.
Yeah.
Our whole life is surrounded by them,
It makes you
but
happy.
I love also putting them to bed and getting in bed and having you there with me and being present again,
Connecting with
and
spirit.
yeah, it's
Even
well,
last night what we did, you know?
that's my spot.
Yeah.
My bed, my spot is my spot, and I sit there and I talk
Yeah.
to spirit, I use my pendulum, I'm connecting, that's where I meditate, that's
Yeah.
where I sleep, that's Emmett would say it's my favorite place, but,
Yeah.
um,
Cool.
that's my favorite day. I mean, it's family, that's
Right.
what's important to me right now.
What another question here. What does acceptance mean to you?
Not judging
Yeah.
each other, just truly loving from the heart. I mean, I don't care what you did, what you make, what you have, it's just truly how you treat each other
Right.
and care, like truly caring about somebody is exception, accepting.
Right.
Um, yeah, I just,
Yeah. It's tough
being,
questions, aren't they?
yeah, I mean, that's just
Yeah.
like, that's the goal.
All right. And then final question. What does a new human mean to you?
Well, like I just said, just like the new human is just we're ever evolving,
Mhm.
we're ever learning, um,
Growing.
growing, truly becoming ourselves. I've peeled layers.
Right.
I I've became softer, I became stronger, I became more confident. Um, I'm speaking my own truth.
Yeah, you're
And if
being
you don't
real.
like it, tough
Yeah.
anymore. Like I'm to the point where I have boundaries. And if you don't wanna be part of our lives wholeheartedly in this beautiful world we're living right now,
Yeah, it's pretty
that
beautiful.
some
I
people
mean, it
would be like
sounds magical.
yeah, some
Yeah.
people would be like, "What do you mean? Like, this world is chaos." Like,
Yeah.
we me and Justin and our kids are so blissfully happy
We're creating heaven
because
on
we're
earth.
living an authentic life right now.
Right.
And, yep, there's been hurt feelings with others, there's been things we've had to let go of,
Right.
um, but we've also gained
Right.
so, 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 so much, um, so that's the whole, like, experience, right? That's the new human, that's, like,
That is a new human.
me living my authentic life as as this in this 3D world right now,
Right.
you know, um, in this life of mine, because I get to do it again. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm coming back, but
She's coming back.
yeah,
Wait, you
no,
coming
I'm
back on the
not done.
podcast or what?
No, in lives, but, I'm not done. I
Yeah.
have more to learn. I have more lessons. I mean, I learned it, and I'm lucky I learned it at 37, I feel like I learned the biggest lesson, which was you and having to overcome what we did, um, but I'm gonna learn it earlier next time, and I'm gonna
Mhm.
keep learning it, and then I'll be done.
Yeah.
I might not live this same life again, but I'm evolving, and
Growing.
it's look at you. Yours happened when you were 30
3.
3.
Christ consciousness.
I was,
33.
37,
Mhm.
38, 39, 40, in that realm. And I want to get down to learning it at 10 and then,
Or being born with
yeah,
it
or
and just
just,
remembering,
and that's how
the
I
kids are
feel like
doing
our
it. Yeah,
children
they
are
are,
already
like,
born with it, but
oh, yeah, they're
they
connected
might not have to live
completely
so many
different.
lives and they could just live one and then that's okay. But,
Right, because they're that
okay,
further
now we're
evolved.
getting weird. We're going weird
Yeah,
here. This is another,
another
we
podcast,
can talk
but
about lives and what we believe in, but,
for sure.
yeah, I think we're just lucky. We made it through on the other side, and I didn't think we would.
Yeah,
And I feel blessed every day. And if people don't think I feel that way, I am beyond blessed for what we have
yeah,
and what we've worked through.
right. It's pretty impressive. I mean, the
Yeah.
story just sounds amazing and kind of, kind of one of those movies, where it
But we
starts
we're
off
human.
good,
We
it
still
goes
argue.
bad,
We
and then,
still we still
oh,
have our
100%.
our we're still this. We're human.
Yeah, yeah, and we're just
But
striving to be our better
we're a
version every day.
lot more honest
Yeah,
and we're a lot more truthful and we're living authentically.
yes, we are.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for, coming on the New Human podcast. It was fun.
I only ugly cried twice. It's fine.
Well, that's okay. Those are, that's what keep the listeners tuned in, is those
Yeah.
emotions, and,
Um,
you
yeah,
know
I can't wait to come back and deep dive into some of those
we will
fun,
be here,
weird
folks.
talks.
Yeah, Weird Talks. This was just the beginning. Chelsea's story here on the New Human podcast. We will have other conversations with titles. If something that doesn't interest you, you can go to the next episode. But the whole thing here with this podcast is, to talk about, daily routines, talk about spirituality, talk about growth, talk about
Authenticity. That's the
authenticity.
word.
Yeah, talk about, hearing other people's stories, because each and every one of us has got our own unique
How many
story,
people
and
could we help?
yeah, and I want to
Maybe
hear that.
that
So,
knows now Justin and my story that
right,
they're like, huh, that sounds like a lot like ours.
right,
And I reach out. If
yeah,
anybody wants to reach
and,
out,
and to
it's
be remember to be, it takes courage to
we have
reach out and to do all this stuff,
email
and
and phones and
yeah.
Facebook, New
So,
Human Holistic
yeah,
Studio.
Facebook's the best way, and
But you can
phone.
anytime if you feel like something's going on and you've heard this podcast,
Yeah.
reach out to one of us. We're always willing to talk.
Yeah, the New Human Holistic Studio
Yep.
Facebook, and you'll find the New Human podcast on there too, and a
Yeah,
bunch of other
you can
stuff
click and
for
reach
sure.
us.
Cool. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank
Yeah.
you, Chelsea. We love you all. Goodbye.